The Void. Series 1, Episode 4, The Fillim Perspective, by Richard Marcus Powell. Chapter 8. They had been exerting themselves for a few hours now, and Carter had noticed the sun had barely moved across the sky. He didn't think to check how long the planetary day was before they came, but it was clear it was significantly longer than the 24 hours he was used to. "Long day," he commented. 63 hours, Lux responded. "Really?" he gasped. "I'll never make it to lunch." Lux emitted more of that whistling that he associated with their form of laughter. "Take a moment, human Carter Vincent," Lux offered. "Ourselves will not be here all day." "Glad to hear it," Carter sighed. "I'm sweating my knackers off here." "That's a human phrase Self has not heard before," Lux revealed. "Is that a nudge wink? So many human expressions seem to be." "Yeah, it's a nudge wink," Carter confirmed. "What are knackers? That is a new word." "Oh, it's an old word for testicles." "Humans are fascinated by their genitals," Lux observed with some amusement. "They look strange to Fillim." "I don't think I'm ready for this kind of conversation, Doctor." "As you self-wish," Lux responded with another humor whistle. Carter rested by seating himself in the trolley, which strained momentarily as it compensated for his weight. The exoskeleton went into passive mode as he retrieved a water bottle. He double-checked to make sure it wasn't a specimen container before taking a big swig. "How are you coping with the frame?" "The exoskeleton. It's been a great help. Don't think it could be half as flexible without the additional support." Good. Any pain?" "It's more aches now. I know when I've leaned too far, though." "It'll take a long time," Lux assured. "Long time to sleep, long time to recover." "Tell me about it." The moment was interrupted by a communication by Denham. "Doctor, Mr. Vincent, if you could both return to the shuttle as soon as you can, we have a development here." "What is it, human Dr. Denham Richt?" "One of the teams has located an old Triskel probe. Looks like our cells have a natural break, friend Self. I hope our dinosaur friend has some tea on her show. Doubt it, though." Carter thought about what he said for a moment and realized his faux pas. "That wasn't racist or specious, was it?" "You Self are safe, human Carter Vincent," Lux responded. "The Makeen are aware of dinosaurs and consider being called one a compliment." "That's good." "You Self are right to be mindful, though," Lux added as they trotted back towards the shuttle. "Some species do take exception to some terms. It is best to learn these terms so you Self can avoid them." "I will do." "For example, do not use the term hippie in front of the Makeen. They know humans use it in a derisory context. If you Self say it, it may cause them to eat yourself." "I'll definitely remember that," Carter stated with enthusiasm. It took them a little while to return, but as they got close, they could see Denham unfolding a device on a flat section of ground. As he stepped back, Carter could see it activate and something appeared over it. He couldn't quite make it out at this distance, as the sunlight was too bright. Still, as they got closer, he could make it out in better detail. It was a three-dimensional projection of what looked like a satellite of some description. It looked like it was stood upright, but at a slight angle. It looked like an unmanned vehicle, being too oddly shaped to house a human. As Denham had called it a Triskel probe, then it had to be human. "So, what have they found, doctors?" "It's a Triskel probe, all right," Denham confirmed. "Been there for 70-plus years." "We've downloaded the logs," Nevvon continued, operating a huge touchpad. "It appears to be part of a survey done over 90 Triskel years ago, or around 3 metric years ago." Carter cursed the metric calendar silently. He struggled to make sense of it all. How can 3 years end up being 90? He was comfortable with the Triskel calendar as it was similar to the Earth one, but the metric one was too great a change for him. "The Triskel Corporation surveyed the planet, but didn't do anything with it." "We'll have to search the archives, but it's likely they just never got round to it." "Seems too nice a place to ignore," Carter commented, perplexed. "It's one thing democracies and big business have in common, Mr. Vincent. The wheels turn slowly," Denham wryly opined. Yeah, but 90 years? Carter wondered. Even the old tax refunds move faster than that. The tax refund didn't have to travel light years across interstellar space, Mr. Vincent. Granted, felt like it, though. What do the logs reveal, Doctor? Typical corporate emphasis. Resources listed first, ecosystem not given any priority at all. All they could see was what they could extract. Dr. Nevvon, who watches with patience, explained, with open contempt. Seems they didn't rate it particularly highly in the minerals they were after. Could be why they never colonized it. Other planets had better prospects. Could well be the case. With Triskel, profit always came before people, Rachel added, acerbically. Damn humans never see the true value in things. Just what they can exploit. Nevvon cursed before correcting herself. My apologies. I do not mean to include the Republic in that. It's all right, Doctor, Denham soothed. I can understand your anger. There was a time I would have thought humanity incapable of such understanding, Nevvon elaborated. I thought humans were irredeemable, capable only of destruction and leaving nothing but detritus in their wake. I did agree with those who thought the human species needed to be culled for the good of the universe. The Republic changed your mind then? Carter questioned, more than a little disturbed by her admission. Aye, it took time, but yes, Nevvon replied. When the Republic committed to Makeen ecological principles, I didn't know what to make of it. It was new behavior for humans and completely different to the other human empires. But the Republic has stuck to the principles and I have re-evaluated my old prejudices. But you still feel the same about the corporate empires, though? To the Makeen, there is nothing more important than the natural balance of the universe. We may vary in personality, but that aspect is true to all of us, Nevvon explained. The corporations have absolutely no respect for it at all. Humans generally do, though. I'm starting to see that now, and I'm pleased it has started to take root in your society. Kane has found entries in the Triskel archives that match the logs, Doctor, Denham expressed while staring at the media pad. It seemed it slipped down the priority list of worlds to be colonized. Madness, Carter gasped, awed with the colourful environment around him. This place is nigh perfect. Bit thin on the atmosphere and perhaps a bit too pink as well, but otherwise perfect. If there had been more palladium in the rocks, Triskel might have agreed with you, Denham answered. As it is, it did not rank highly enough to get populated before the fall of the Triskel Corporation. Their loss is our gain, right? Only if you look after it, Nevvon added an addendum. We have to come to a consensus, Carter, Denham warned. We all have to agree before we can even think about colonizing the planet. We may have to ask the Makeen to join the humans in setting up a colony here, Nevvon indicated, purely to help guide the environmental tuning. We've had quite a bit of success with that, Denham continued. Wherever we've colonized a new world with Makeen help, the colony is now thriving. They have the know-how when it comes to planet shaping. It's our focus, and we like to encourage it in others, Nevvon gushed proudly. Has the probe contaminated the environment at all, Dr. Verlaine? I can't find any evidence of any contamination, Rachel stated. That doesn't rule out contamination at some point, but it doesn't look like it. That's good, Denham responded. We'll monitor using the crawler drones in the long term, but that's encouraging. The probe doesn't impact anything we're doing here? No, it's just a relic of our unenlightened time, Denham dismissed. We'll take it back for some further analysis, but it'll probably just be recycled. So, alert's over? We can get back to what we were doing beforehand. Yes. How's the specimen collection, Mr. Vincent? Nevvon asked. Oh, we're progressing, Carter summarized obliquely. Seems we've got more and weeds than anything else. There was a little emerged chirrup from the Makeen scientist. Yes, all part of the normal ecosystem, she commented. Not pleasant, but an essential part of life. I guess so, Carter smirked. I didn't expect to be putting it in tubes this morning, though. Life takes us in strange directions, doesn't it? Nevvon mused with humour. You can never tell what tomorrow will bring. As Carter and Lux Pang headed back to their duties, Carter wondered about what Nevvon said. Had she been commenting about his situation, or her own. Still, the absurdity of the situation wasn't lost on him. Not that long ago, he would have been grabbing a lackluster sandwich from a shabby franchise as he raced to work, navigating the crowded London streets and sweaty underground tunnels. Now, he was on a pink alien planet halfway across the galaxy, staring at a beautiful clear sky, 2 moons visible in the distance. In a matter of weeks, he had traveled further than any human of his time. Hell, he had traveled further than all humans in history up to that point combined. Neil Armstrong had been one of the great pioneers of his time. He had since eclipsed that with all the triviality of catching the bus. Not only that, but he was exchanging quips with an erudite space dinosaur that spoke with the sound of panpipes. For all the cynicism expressed by Dr. Nevvon, who watches with patience, he couldn't help but be awed by the majesty and tickled by the ridiculousness.